Good evening, folks. This is K5LYN. My name's Lynn. We get together here on Wednesday evenings and talk about the early days of single sideband. Most of us are on vacuum tube radios. Some of the folks are here on hybrids, and sometimes people come by on modern radios, and that's perfectly okay if you're interested in what we're doing. Let's keep buy-sell trades back into the vintage radio time, and if you're working on a radio that you've got a problem with and you need some professional advice, there's a lot of brilliant minds here that can offer that kind of advice. So the question is appropriate, and it's always my favorite part of the net. Tonight I'm on a radio called Cheap and Easy SSB that was built originally back in 1956 from an article in QST, and this particular version was built in the year 2012 by KG7TR Mike, who often comes by here. And I'm listening on a Drake 2B, and I've got the Q multiplier peaked all the way up. And this Cheap and Easy SSB transmitter is driving the Johnson Viking Courier that Richard K5CGI made available to me. Before I check in anybody, let's see if anybody needs this frequency for any kind of emergency use. K5LYN, Lynn and Austin. Listening? Hearing nothing. I'm going to pick up MOE. I'm going to pick up IGG, then CD, then Denver, and then W8 KWOZ, then Matt, and then AG5XP Kenneth. That's what we'll do, then we'll give it to Jay. So, Mr. MOE. Hey, Mike, tell us about it. K5LYN.
Yeah, K5, well, it's LYN WA5MOE in College Station. Running Drake TR4CW with the remote VFO here. Barefoot, we're running it into an inverted Z dipole, which trap dipole, which I had trouble with. I finally got it fixed. All I did is wait for the water to drain out of it, and the SWR went back to normal. So I'm back on. For the last 2 weeks, I was off trying to figure out when I was going to pull that thing down. But anyway, so yeah, we're on the Drake line tonight. And one comment to the former Aggie: there's no such thing as an ex-Aggie. Once an Aggie, always an Aggie. And let's see what else. Oh yeah, well, I've been playing with radios. I'm working on still working, been almost done now with this power supply for the Collins ART13. So one evening I'm going to check in here on AM and get the bugs worked out of it, and then I've got probably the Drake 2B to run it with, but I'll switch it over to the matching. They actually made a matching a 10-channel auto-tune receiver for it too, the R104, and I actually got two of those. I got one of those too, and both of them work. So as soon as the ART13's on, I'm going to be on real vintage World War II B-29 radio. Anyway, y'all have a great evening. It's fun to listen to everybody. Take care, WA5MOE.
Hey, how much do we like before you get the ART13 on? I'm really excited about hearing that.
And not long, because the power supply, I built 3 separate supplies because that's what you have to have. Like they're built and tested and everything, and I'm putting them on a common chassis, and I've got the common chassis pretty much done, laid out. All it is just a place to bolt down the cable that connects it. I got a 6-foot cable. I've built a cable that plugs into the ART13 all the way down to a barrier strip that's at the other end. So all that's done. All I got to do is put the both 3 power supplies on and put power to it and see what kind of smoke I get out of it. And I only have 7 of them here, so I'm going to start with the first one that I think is good.
Outstanding, Mike. Look forward to it. We've had AM before, but it's been a while. We'll be looking forward to it. What else on your end?
That's it, and sure nice to hear all the old radio.
All right, we'll be in touch. Okay, moving on. WA5IGG, my old friend Adolph. How about it, Adolph? K5LYN.
Yeah, K5LYN. This is WA5IGG. Thanks for picking me up, man. This evening we're on the Helicrafter Twin, the HT46 FX146 there, into an LA1000A. Using a Turner Plus 3 mic and monitoring everything on a Heathkit SB610 monitor scope. So that's the setup for this evening. Over.
It's working, Adolph. That's the radio. You've had that for years and years, if I remember right.
Yes, I did. And like I said, I really had a problem with it spotting the frequency And so anyway, hopefully we've tamed the beast, and it'll be time to move on to something else.
It may never catch up with your drakes. Your drakes are darn good, but it's okay.
Yeah, I know. I like my prey best of all, but anyway, I need to get on the HT44 SX117. I've got an issue there too, so always something with these old radios, Lynn.
Yep, I was on double sideband last week the whole time until some guys told me about it after the net, so that happens. All right, Adolph, anything else on your end today?
No, that's all. Thank you for picking me up. This is Whiskey Alpha 5, Dear Golf Call back to net.
Okay, let's move on to Mike, who helps us out with the net, kind of keeping tabs of who all we got here. KL7CD. Hey, Mike, bring us up to date. K5LYN.
Hey, Lynn, thanks very much. This is KL7 Fairly. Let me lay it down a little bit. If that'll hold. No, I'll just go to push to talk. Hang on. Okay. Yeah, I'm having a little bit of trouble with this HT44 getting the sensitivity and the delay set just right. The delay used to be I couldn't get it down. I could all the way counterclockwise. It'd still hang in there too long. So I went in and worked on it. Changed the resistor out to a lower value on the pot. You can actually operate the delay from the front panel, but the sensitivity is inside. You got to take the lid off to get to that. So I need to work on that offline with a dummy load. Anyway, tonight I am on my Hallicrafters Twins, an earlier version of the 46 that Adolph's running there. HT44 transmitter with matching power supply speaker, SX117 receiver, and they're twins, so they operate off one VFO if I want to, and I'm doing that right now using the receive VFO. Amplifier is an SB220. They're running about 900 watts, and goes through a tuner. I've got the Johnson Kilowatt Matchbox. Got that in line finally. It's working good, and I'm actually, Lynn, using that relay in there for my receiver, so it works good. It eliminates an antenna changeover relay. And let's see, the antenna is dipole up about 25 feet, cut for this, well, close to this frequency. And then also I have I've had it, I guess, a couple of weeks actually. I built an outboard digital readout for my transmit frequency, and it works good. And also I have a monitor scope. It's an old oscilloscope that I'm also repurposed for a monitor scope, so I can monitor my signal as well. That's what's going on here. Tomorrow, well, the weather's supposed to be rainy for a day or two, but I've collected up all the parts. I'm going to try to put up a horizontal loop in my back lot here, and then I'll be able to work all bands. Right now I'm kind of stuck on 80 meters. I got the tuner, so now I need an antenna I can tune. Back to you, Lynn, KL7, Charlie Delta. Everybody sounds good.
And you sound spectacular, Mike, and that's exactly what I'm doing here. You know, the Johnson Matchbox into a 80-meter full wave loop, and it works pretty well. All right, great to hear you. All right, move on. OJB, Denver, talk to us, K5LYN.
Okay, this is N5 OJB, Denver. I'm in Gonzales, Texas, and I'm talking to you tonight, or listening to you tonight on a 75 S1, and I'm also talking to you on a 32 S1 Collins S-Line. I do have a microphone ordered for this thing that'll be a heck of a lot better looking, and I believe a little easier to deal with than this realistic hand mic that I've got on it. These radios, I run across them. You wanted me to talk a little bit about them. I ran across them on a deal, found them on the QTH, and they were fairly local, so I called the guy, made a deal, and went and picked them up, and love them. They are almost mint. I don't believe you could find a scratch on them unless you got out a magnifying glass and started looking. I'm running them into a NCL 2000, and I'm hitting right around kW out of it into inverted V fan dipole that I built at about, in the apex is about 30 foot in the air. And that's about it, Lynn, so I'll give it back to you.
All right, Denver, one question. It sounds spectacular, by the way. You scored on that deal. Now, are you using the Collins power supply with it?
Yes, sir.
All right. Has anybody put the relay in that power supply so it takes all the current off the on-off switch on the front of the radio?
I don't know.
Well, yeah, check it out, because the failure rate of that on-off switch is 100% if you don't get all the current off of it. Now, you can leave it on and turn it on and off with an outlet strip, something like that as an alternative, but the failure rate of that on-off switch, because it has all the current for the filaments going through it, will let you down at some point. So give that some thought, okay?
All right, we'll do that. I'll check with the gentleman I got it from.
Yeah, or you can, yeah, that's another way to do it. So, okay, follow that up and make sure, because anything that sounds that good needs to be on the air. Anything else, Denver?
That's it. N5OJB. Well, I did say I do have a microphone coming for it. It's called a Workman Bandit. It looks like a D104, but it's not an D104. It has the head on it looks like a stop sign. And it's got a one of them bars on the bottom you can push and key it, or you can chicken choke it, either way.
All right, keep us posted on the project. What you're using works just fine. Moving on, WOZ. Hey, Dan, what's up? K5LYN. Hey, Dan, WOZ, are you and I still hearing each other, or are you down the hall? All right, pick up George, TXW. George, you get to talk in Dan's place. Talk to us, K5LYN.
Okay, WB5TXW, do I sound on frequency?
Superb to me.
All right, once again, trying to do this by ear instead of making a bunch of racket. So, right behind OJB there comes another F-line. 32S175S3, 30L1, all the usual stuff. 75-meter dipole inverted V through the trees, which the rain does affect a little bit. Got one question for you, Lynn, or maybe somebody. I'm reading a book about the Coast Watchers. You remember the Coast Watchers out in the Pacific? And they mentioned the United States supplying them with Holocrafters 23C as in Charlie. So I'm wondering if that radio really exists and what somebody can tell me about it. KL7CD, I like the stats through the internet there, and thank you. And that's about it. Lynn, over.
Okay, George, I don't know anything about what you ask, so maybe somebody else down the road does. Let's let that question pin for somebody that knows something about it, okay?
Affirmative. It's a Helicopter 23C as in Charlie, which it strikes me, did they even have transceivers back then, or would that have been a receiver and a transmitter? I don't know. So anyway, this is WB5TXW. Everybody sounding good back to net.
Okay, I'm going to pick up Matt, then I'm going to pick up Kenneth, and I'm going to give it to Jay. KK5DR. How about it, Matt? K5LYN.
Well, good evening, Lynn, and everybody else. Hello, George, and all the crew out there. This is KK5DR on McKenwood TS870. And driving a beat-up old Ameritron ALS 600, about 400 watts out. And the antenna is the 250-foot double ZEP at 60 feet in the air, balance fed and double balance coupler on it and all that. And that's what we're running tonight. And not much else going on out here other than the cool, cloudy weather here at the Back Chicken Ranch near Page, Texas. KK5VR.
Working great, Matt. Nice signal into Austin tonight. Good to hear you. All right, let's see there. AG5XP. Hey, Kenneth, what's up? K5LYN.
Hello, Lynn. Thanks for picking me up. This is Alpha Golf 5 X-Ray Papa. Name is Kenneth up here in Brownwood. Tonight we're on an FT101 AA. Got a ESB 201 gun set amplifier. Got an old vintage MV1 barrage power meter going through a 2040 tuner at the G5 RV antenna. That's what we got tonight. Back to net, AG5 XP.
Outstanding signal into Austin, Kenneth, as always. Great to hear you this evening. Okay, Jay, how about it? You ready to take a turn at this thing? KM5QS and the boat anchors, K5LYN.
Well, let me see if I'm still on. Yeah, everything appears to be working, so I guess I'll give her a shot. I just tried to look something up real quick for George. The only thing with a 23 in front of it that I found so far for Hallicrafters was a SX23, a receiver. But I don't know when, where, or anything about that yet, so don't know. All right, folks, this is KM5QS, the Boat Anchors Unlimited Net. I was eating some of my wife's wonderful chili a minute ago, so I didn't make a list. So I'll just see who's out there. And I'm coming to you tonight on my Kenwood TS820S hooked up to the Kenwood R820 in transceive mode, and a homebrew antenna and a TL922 amplifier and all that good stuff. With all that, okay, who's next for the Boat Anchors Unlimited?
Kilo Echo 5 Quebec, KE5Q.
Okay, Jim, KE5Q, go right ahead.
All right, KM5QS in the net. This is KE5Q, Jim in Plano. Good evening to everybody. The band's in great shape. Tonight we're on the Drake Twins, the T4XB R4B Shure 444 into the Ultimax Double Bazooka 8040, and just hearing everybody really well tonight, so we'll let you get on around before the band maybe changes. KM5QS, this is Kilo Echo 5 Quebec.
Okay, Jim, sounding great down here. Drakes are working. Of course, they usually do, so. All right, who's next for the Boat Anchors?
N5BTM.
Well, good evening, Ralph. Go right ahead.
Yeah, good evening, Jay in the net. Handle here is Ralph, located in Spring, Texas, 30 miles north of the Sanctuary City. Tonight we're using a Kenwood TS520 Shure 444 microphone, and we're driving a homebrew linear using 4 813s grounded grid. Presently putting out about 800 watts. Going through an MN2700 tuner out to a trap dipole antenna. And that's about the sum total of it tonight, Jay. KM5QS, N5BTM.
Okay, Ralph. I must be doing something right. I'm getting text that tells me how good my radio sounds. And I'm not trying to pat myself on the back. I just guess I'm lucky. All right, thanks, Ralph. You're sounding fine yourself down here. I couldn't hear anything wrong with your signal this evening. Not that I was looking for it. Okay, who's next for the Boat Anchors Unlimited? Come now, please.
November 0 Golf Victor Kilo.
Station ending in Kilo. Go ahead.
November 0 Golf Victor Kilo.
November 2 Golf Victor Kilo. Go ahead, sir.
Okay, Jay, this is November 0 Golf Victor Kilo. Name is Kurt, Charlie Uniform Romeo Tango, and I'm located in South Central Nebraska. And checking in tonight on a Galaxy 5 Mark III, and using a World Radio Labs FB44 microphone with that, and have the matching VFO and speaker console. And that's run into a off-center fed antenna up about 30 feet. So, beautiful day here in South Central Nebraska, Jay, and thanks for letting me check in tonight on the old Galaxy. KM5QS, this is M0GBK.
Okay, Kurt, good deal. Yeah, your Galaxy's making it fine down here this evening. It's probably your radio, even though I do love this Kenwood receiver. It seems to work really well. Thank you, sir, for checking in. Appreciate it. Look for you next week. Who's next?
Whiskey, huh?
There you are. Lynn was looking for you a minute ago, so go ahead.
Yeah, good evening, Jay, and all the other boat anchors. I had a phone call forever. But anyway, just passed that with Dan KWLZ downtown Sanctuary City of Houston, Texas. And I'm talking on a Kenwood CS830 this evening with a MC50 microphone, and I'm driving a homebrew 3813 amplifier, about 1200 watts, and I could do more if I had a higher voltage on it, but this will do for now. I've been fiddling with this amplifier for over a year. Of course, I put it under the desk every now and then, work on another one, but had some ideas on how to bring it to life, and it was just silly things. I've had a relay that had resistance and one set of contacts and a bad zener and a couple other things, and now it's working. So anyway, it covers 80, 40, and 20, and I'm probably going to put 17 on there too. And that's about it. The antenna is a 2-band bazooka up there about 40 feet. CAN5QS KWOZ.
Okay, Dan, I was able to understand everything you said, but your RF is back. It wasn't wiping you plumb out, but it was pretty rough. Something's touching something, but I'm sure you'll find it. Thanks for checking in. We'll catch up with you later. Okay, who's next for the Boat Anchors Four-Wheelers Band?
Kilo Charlie 6 Charlie November.
Well, hello, Gerald. Go right ahead.
Hey Jay, how you doing? Same boat anchor station, Kenwood 530 SP, the Kenwood 922A, putting out about 650 watts to a 600 ohm doublet ladder line up about 40 feet, using an MC60 microphone, and enjoying all the good sounding old radios out there tonight. Back to you, Jay, KC6 CNN.
Okay, Gerald. Thank you, sir. Wow, the 922 is only putting out 650 watts?
I have it on CW. The tubes are real weak. I need new tubes, so I don't push it very hard.
Oh, okay. I understand. Well, it's doing a good job. So, all righty. Yeah, we do what we have to do. Those things aren't cheap anymore. Thank you, sir, for checking in. All right, who's next for the Boat Anchors Unlimited? Come now, please.
Alpha Charlie Golf.
Whiskey Delta 5 Alpha Charlie Golf. Go ahead.
Yeah, Jay, this is Dennis. I'm on a hot water 101. We had some problems with this thing about 3 weeks ago, but we got most of it corrected. And let's see, I'm in South Fork, Colorado, and let's see, the handle's Dennis Delta Echo November India Sierra. The mic is a Turner Plus 3, and the antenna is a coaxial resonator, DX Special. Go ahead.
Oh, okay, I picked up some interference. Is he done?
Yeah.
Okay. Did he say he was in Colorado?
Give us a repeat on that. I wasn't listening on the details, sir. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm in South Fork, Colorado, and the rig's the East Kid Hot Water 101, and this thing's barefoot right now. Go ahead.
Jay, he's in Colorado. A hot water Heathkit. What was the name again of the call?
Okay, it's the Hot Water 101 is the rig. The mic is a Turner Plus 3. The call is Whiskey Delta 5 Alpha Charlie Golf. And the handle's Dennis Delta Echo November India Sierra. And I'm about 20 miles from Wolf Creek. I'm on the north side.
Okay. He's in Colorado. Name is Dennis, WD5ACG on a Hot Water 101. Back to you, Jay.
And he's barefoot.
Oh, okay. I like this receiver even better. Well, thank you, Dennis. We appreciate it. And let's see, that's about 6. So let me put out a for sale, and then I will pass it to Rusty real quick and give him a shot at it. I have, and y'all have heard this setup. many times on the Boat Anchors Unlimited. I have a collector quality set of Kenwood twins, TS599D. I'm sorry, the T599D and the R599D with the matching speaker. All of the turn that cotton picking thing down. Where was I? Matching speaker, the umbilical cord that hooks them up, all the connections, stuff you need, and all of the manuals you can need, plus a couple of Pelican type cases to put the rigs in. The entire, everything I've got to go with them, including an MC50 microphone, the whole setup. But now, remember, this is collector quality. I'll drive a good distance anywhere in Texas, just about, to meet somebody to deliver it for $1,000. It's worth it. And you can call me and make an offer if you think you have an interesting trade or something like that. That would be fine. But we'll just have to see. They're not cheap. They're very good. And y'all have heard them too many times. They work perfect. So, that being said, I can be reached at area code 361-453-2731. 361-453-2731. And I guess that's it. Rusty, I'll give you a shot. Go ahead.
Okay, let me see what I can do here. All right. Good evening, everybody. This is WK5R, and you are listening to the Boat Anchors Unlimited net. And I'm on the usual station here, the Helicopters HT37. I'm receiving on the Kenwood TS590S. The microphone is an Audio-Technica AT2035. It's a broadcast studio mic, and I'm driving a Homebrew GS35B amplifier. I'm doing about every once in a while I'm seeing it about 1400, but anyway. And that goes into a Homebrew fan dipole outside there at 50 feet at the apex. All right. Who else for the Boat Anchors Unlimited? Come down.
Whiskey 5, Fox Papa Tango.
Whiskey 5, Fox Papa Tango. Go ahead.
Good evening, Rusty, and all on the net. This is Paul, Papa Alpha Uniform Lima. I'm in Jasper, Texas. And tonight I'm on my 520S transceiver, and the microphone is the D104. We are barefooted, and it goes out to a Homebrew inverted V out there at 30 feet. He said, we're going to get in and say good evening to y'all. I enjoy sitting back and listening to y'all. Thanks, Rusty, for picking me up. Back to you, W5SCT.
Okay, Paul. Station's sounding good there. All right, who else for the Boat Anchors Unlimited? Come now.
Whiskey 5 Lima, India Sierra.
Oh, Lost in Space. Go ahead.
Okay. Thank you for picking me up. W5LIS here. This is Alan on a Collins KWM2A with a Shure microphone, 450 microphone. And we're into a Kenwood 922 amp and a 9 Viking tuner and a homemade inverted V that's been up over 20 years. I can't remember what year I put it up, but it's been up for a long time. But that's what we're talking on. So I'll return back to you and everybody have a good night. W5 Lost in Space.
Okay, yeah, sounds good over there. All right, who else for the Boat Anchors Unlimited? Come now.
Delta Juliet Whiskey.
Delta Juliet Whiskey, go ahead.
Hey, good evening. Kilo 5 Delta Juliet Whiskey. The name is Dave, and we're over in Beaumont, Mississippi. We're running the TR4C tonight. About the best we can do at about 150 watts PDP. And we're running barefoot into an off-center fed pole about 50 feet high. So I hope we're making the grade and the signal sounds okay. D104 mic, and we thoroughly enjoy the old signals. It's just a lot of beautiful sounding stuff on there. Sounds just as good as the new bright and shiny stuff you see today. So back to you, and thanks for checking us in.
Okay, Dave, the Drake sounds good there from Mississippi. Appreciate you checking in. All right, who's next for the Boat Anchors Unlimited? Come now.
Whiskey 5, Sierra Echo.
W5SC. Go ahead, Dennis.
Good evening, Rusty, and everybody on the net. Great to see the band working, guys. I tell you what, it's been fun to hear everybody. But anyway, that one gentleman on that one Yazoo 101 a while ago, I can't remember his name, but brother, man, you got it going on. But anyway, thanks everybody. Tonight I'm on a Kenwood 520 with just those 50, the old Kenwood 50 microphones going into the G5RV 160 of antenna, and doing about 70 watts. We're barefooted, but anyway, Rusty, good to hear everybody, and extra good to hear the band working anyway. Good evening, everybody, and see y'all next time I get the chance to be on the old Boat Anchors, W5SC.
Okay, well, the 520 sounding good there, Dennis. Appreciate you checking in. All right, who's next for the Boat Anchors Unlimited? Come now.
Kilo Charlie 5 Lima.
KC5L. Go ahead, Tom.
Hey, good evening, Rusty, and the Boat Anchor set. This is Tom in San Antonio. And tonight, we're on the usual here, Central Electronics 200B transmitter with the D104 microphone. And that's going into a 600L amplifier, doing about 300 watts into a Johnson kilowatt matchbox. And a homebrew 100-foot doublet up about 15 feet. And we're listening on the R390A. So that's about all I have here, and don't have anything else. So back to you, Rusty, KC5L.
Okay, station sounding great there, Tom. Appreciate you checking in. All right, who else for the Boat Anchors Unlimited? Come now.
K5AXW.
Yeah, go ahead, Bill.
Yeah, hello, Rusty in the net. K5AXW at Dripping Springs. I'm on the National NCX3. It's getting some help from the FL 2100B, and that's going into an off-center fed fence line dipole in HOA. Everybody's sounding pretty good on the old stuff tonight, and this is being fed with a static paging mic with a Voice Max processor. Sounding good tonight, Rusty, as finally I was able to get in here. I've been doing productions on Wednesdays, and we've changed our schedule. So good to hear everybody again. WK5R, K5AXW.
Okay, Bill. Yeah, the National NCX3, that thing sounds mighty good. Of course, your voice don't hurt it either. Anyway, glad to hear you. Still live and kicking there, Bill, and good to hear you. All right. Who else is for the Boat Anchors Unlimited coming out? I think I got a phone call. But I don't want to answer that one. All right, anybody else out there for the Boat Anchors Unlimited? Come now. Well, I think I run the string there. K5LYN, WK5R. Go ahead, Mr. Lynn.
Okay, Rusty, before I talk too long, I always like to ask, this thing sounding about right? How about it? K5LYN.
Go ahead and go for it.
All right. I think the band must be opening up a little bit. So you guys out there in Mississippi and Arkansas and Louisiana and Nebraska and Missouri, let's hear from you guys tonight. This is K5LYN. My name is Lynn. I'm on a homebrew transmitter from QST 1956, built by KG7TR Mike in the year 2012. Let's just call Mike right quick and see if he happens to be out there. Hey, KG7TR Mike, are you out there somewhere? How about it? K5LYN. Well, I don't hear Mike. Okay, anybody else out there that wants to talk to a homebrew transmitter? When was the last time you did anything like that? Talk to me, K5LYN. Listening?
K5LYN, I'll talk to you. Kilo Echo 5, Yankee Juliet Romeo, go ahead.
Okay, KE5 Yankee Juliet Romeo, did I get that right?
Yes, sir, you got that correct. Name here is Robert.
Okay, Robert, tell us about you, your station, where you're located, all that kind of stuff.
Well, I'm 30 miles south of Dallas, operating a little Yazoo
Carolina Wyndham inverted V out back, and the only kind of upgrade I got on this is this fancy looking Heil thin microphone. Go ahead.
Okay, Robert. Now, is that station barefooted, or am I hearing an amplifier?
Yeah, no, you're correct. It's just a 100-watt station. That's all I got.
Well, it's working fine. I'm in Central Austin, and you're well above the noise, and sounds like the band is still open for reasonably short skip, because I was afraid nobody in Texas was hearing me. Good to hear you. Have we ever talked to you before? If so, I have forgotten. Over.
No, I'm fairly new to HF again. I did HF Mobile for a little while, but with that little Tar Heel 2 antenna, I did what I could, but no, I'm fairly certain I haven't spoke with you before.
Okay, well, we're here every Wednesday evening talking about the early days of single sideband. Sometimes I get on here with a radio built in 1951, 70 years old, and I was on with it last week, and all of a sudden it was doing double sideband instead of single sideband, so I switched stations tonight. But this radio came from the QST article 1956, homebrew. You probably heard that. Anyway, good to hear from you, Robert. Anything else on your end this evening?
No, sir. That's it. Weather's changed, got a little bit cold. Been raining up here around Dallas all day. Expect the same for the next week or so. It was good hearing that homebrew radio, though, for sure.
Well, glad you came by. We're always open to anybody coming in and talk to us, whether they're on a vintage radio or not, and certainly you're always going to be welcome. And yeah, isn't this nice, this winter weather? I feel like we've had winter this year for the first time in years. We even had snowmen in our neighborhood this past week. Over.
Yeah, we didn't have snow. We had that snow at the typical Texas 24-hour snow. It came, it saw, it conquered, and it left just as quick as it came.
Yes, it did, but for us it was about the first time in 30 years. I suspect you get snow more often than that. I did when I lived in the Texas Panhandle. Okay, Robert, anything else on your end before I see who else is lurking out there?
No, that's it, man. I'll let you get back to it. I was just spinning the dial, heard you out there. I was begging to talk to a homebrew station. I just couldn't resist, so here we went. Anyway, it's been a pleasure. You have a good day down there, what's left of it, and maybe we'll see you again some other day. Kilo Echo 5, Yankee Juliet Romeo, 7-3.
Welcome here anytime, Robert. Okay, did I hear somebody else in there? Come back to me.
Whiskey Bravo 5, Mike Romeo.
Okay, Whiskey Bravo 5. I might need a little help with that. Give me another try.
Whiskey Bravo 5, Mike Romeo, WB5MR.
Okay, last part of the call was MRWB5, I think. Good afternoon. My name is Lynn. I'm in Austin. Talk to me.
Roger. Well, I'm close to Galveston. We're in a little area called Crystal Beach near Galveston here, and we're running the J3 with a little fire, probably about 500 watts. It's showing a little over on the farm meter here, but I need to back off the mic a bit. Usually it's about 500. Anyway, back to you. Got a nice signal into Galveston area.
Okay. Yeah, Galveston's one of my favorite places. We haven't been since the plague started, but I'm looking forward to a trip down there. Your K3's doing a good job. A lot of years between the K3 and this 1956 radio that I'm on right now. Hey, tell me your name, will you?
Roger. The name is Maury. M-A-U-R-R-Y, Maury, and that's the nickname here. And as I say, when I use the K3 here, I always think I remember my R4B twins, the Drake twins. They're about the same size and does about the same kind of job there.
Okay, Maury. Well, I don't have the Drake twins right now, but I have owned them. They're great radios, and we have a lot of them on the net. But I'm listening to you on Drake's receiver, the Drake 2B, over.
Oh, Roger. Yeah, well, that's good. Yeah, that was one of their want to have receivers. And I'm trying to back off my mic. I think I'm probably maybe overdriving this thing at fast, maybe. It's usually hangs around about maybe 450. 500, but I'm reaching over a little bit about 50 here occasionally on peak. I'm I'm not sounding distorted to you.
Answer that again.
Am I sounding distorted to you?
No, you're fine. In fact, you've gotten stronger since you first came in, but somebody's tuning up on top of you, and it takes your signal out a little bit. Over.
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, well, I'm glad to hear that the vintage rates are still holding the road. I've got an old Aircom here, which was written in 1980, which is, I'm not sure how old that is. I haven't calculated in my head. But still working fine. And also have, some of the, I've got a new Icon 7300, which actually I don't use it quite that much. I use my K3 probably more. Back to you.
Okay, fine, Mark. Well, you may need another set of Drakes one of these days. So, all right, I was having a little relay trouble, or somebody else was tuning up, Mari. Let me sign with you and pick up W5IS. Hey, Doug, I heard you in there. How about it? K5LYN.
Yeah, K5LYN and Bodaker bunch. W5IS. Well, looks like the band is not too good short tonight. The one out of Galveston, I could just barely hear him. I couldn't really copy, but you're booming in from Austin, Lynn. And I'm on my DS830 and trap dipole up about 22 foot, and I am driving a SB1000, so kicking it hard, about 400 watts out, but appreciate you picking me up, so go home, go ahead and pick up all you can before the band dies completely. Lynn, W5IS.
Okay, Doug. Hey, great to hear you. By the way, I was on double sideband last week, as you pointed out. The second person pointed that to me. One of the audio transformers in my 10A opened up, and that caused that. But a repair is in the works. Good to hear you, Doug. Anything else on your end?
Roger, yeah, it was double sideband in bed last week. So carry on, W5IS.
Okay, let me have one more, then I'll give it back to Jay. Anybody else need to talk to me?
Alpha Delta Charlie.
WJA, good evening. Talk to us.
Good evening. Name's Jim. I'm over here in Louisiana, about 40 miles north of New Orleans. I'm on a new rig. I was just listening and heard you say about the homebrew radio. I just wanted to tell you it sounds really nice. Got 5.9 signal. Audio sounds very good. Good job on it, whoever did it. 7.3s N5 WJA.
Okay, Jim, if you look at KG7TR, KG7TR.com, you can read all about this radio called Cheap and Easy SSB from 1956 QSD. Glad you came by. Okay, Jay, I better let somebody else talk for a while. KM5QS and the boat anchors, K5LYN.
Oh, shucks, Lynn, you were doing just fine. Yeah, whoever it takes, so that's fine. That Cheap and Easy sounding pretty good this evening. Okay, folks, it's me again, Jay, the KM5QS with the Boat Anchors Unlimited. So we'll see if we can clean up and who's left out there that we haven't talked to yet, or that couldn't get in, or whatever, that would like to check into the Boat Anchors Unlimited. Come now, please.
Kilo Delta 5 India Bravo uniform.
IBU. I think I recognize that call. Go ahead.
How you doing tonight, Jay?
I'm just doing fine. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, just come out here and tuned up and was listening for a few minutes and just thought I'd jump in and say hello to everybody that can hear me. Boy, I haven't been on the radio much, just going to darn doctor's appointments, and that's getting old. Seems like I've had a doctor's appointment every day for the last 2 weeks. So, anyway, everybody's sounding great. It's supposed to start raining tonight and rain for the next 4 days. So, here we go again. So, anyway, thanks for picking me up, Jay. KD5IBU. I'm back to you.
Okay, Leon. It's, well, You know, them doctor's appointments can be a little bit taxing on a fella, but I guess it beats the alternative. Maybe. I don't know. But anyway, thanks for checking in, Leon. Good to hear you. All right, anyone else for the boat anchors? Come now, please.
K5JNZ.
K5, say again?
JNZ.
Who was the K5 station?
Kilo 5 Juliet, November Zulu. Are you in shock?
No, there was some. I think there was a double there, Glenn. Go ahead.
That was me. I was just giving the back porter's call.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to check in for the count. The oldest thing I'm using here is my old SB220 that I pieced together, about 1978, come to think of it. Anyway, K5JNZ, everybody's sounding good.
Okay. Well, your amp's probably about as old as my radio, I guess. I'm not sure when the 820s were made. I'll have to look that up. Somewhere back in. Thank you, Glenn. Anyone else for the Boat Anchors Unlimited?
Kilo Echo 5 Quebec, back on the HW12A, over.
Is that you, Jim? Okay, yeah, sounds fine. I'm trying to think. It does not sound bad. Let's put it that way. It's making the trip.
Okay, I just thought I had it all warmed up. I thought I would give it a try. KM5QS, KE5Q on the HW12A.
Okay, there we go. And double dipping. I guess if anyone else out there has another one warmed up, they can do that too. So who else for the Boat Anchors Unlimited?
Alpha Delta Charlie.
There's two of them out there, Jay.
If there's two more out there, I'm not copying very well, so if anyone else can pick them up, go ahead.
We got ADC. You want me to pick him up?
Oh, did you hear ADC? Is that you?
Yeah, can you hear me, Jay? I can barely hear you now.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm listening.
Okay, Lynn, good evening. This is Whiskey Delta 5, Alpha Delta Charlie, Rick, in Harlingen, Texas. And while the band's still in, I'll tell you I'm on the Shure 444, GSB 100, the amplifiers, the TL922A, and inverted V.
Around exactly what was going on with the transmitter there for a while, maybe with the amplifier and all kind of stuff. It sounds to me like you're on top of it. It sounds great and awesome.
Yeah, there's a little tuning glitch in the radio in the driver. I think I found that. I'm going to have to dig into it and find out where it is, but there's a certain spot in it where you think it's putting out power, and it's actually not. I found it by looking at a spectrum scope.
Sound good in Beaumont.
Yeah, it's not the amplifier, but the amplifier needs to be rebuilt. But it's actually a problem in the driver tuning a certain point in it, and when you're peaking it, if you go past that point, it distorts everything.
Okay, all right. Well, these things have their quirks, you know, and sometimes we have to jump through some hoops to figure them out, but the resistance pays off.
Yeah, a 60-year-old transmitter's going to have a problem.
Yeah, you probably heard me when I was on the 10A last week. 70 years old, and I've used it for 4 years. All of a sudden, an audio transformer opened up, and there I was on double sideband. So that kind of stuff can happen.
Oh, yeah. Did you have a part for it?
Yeah. Well, Nick is sending me some transformers, so we're going to, if the repair is in the works.
All righty. Well, you sound good, whatever you're on.
Oh, tonight it's the cheap and easy SFC that KG7TR built.
Yeah, do you have a picture of that someplace?
Or just look at KG7TR.com. It's there.
All righty. Okay, 7-3.
Okay, all right. Back to you, JK5LYN. Well, is the skip changing? KM5QS. Jay, you there?
The band was just flip-flopping here.
Calling me. I just about lost him. I guess the band shifted after all.
Yeah, it's changing, Jay. I guess we'll let's go one around the table one more. We may be winding it up. Go ahead, Jay.
Okay. I think there was a
I think I was
XYL
running the string out,
trying to
Lynn,
check
and I'm barely
same time
copying
you
you,
do,
so
Jay.
I'm going to throw it to Rusty and see what happens. Go ahead, Rusty, WK5R, KM5QS.
KM5QS, WK5R. All right, who else for the Boat Anchors Unlimited? Come now. I heard somebody with, sounded like CDE, but that's all I got. Okay, it was 0, Charlie, Bravo, Echo, and I did not get the prefix.
Kilo 6.
I'm going to repeat it one more time. Oh, Kilo Foxtrot 0, Charlie Bravo Echo. Is that correct? I could just barely hear you, but go ahead. Roger. Most of us are in Texas. A few of us are in other states around. You're listening to the Boat Anchors Unlimited, where we fire up the old two-type glow-in-the-dark radios. That's what you're hearing here. I'm on the Helicopter's HD-37. I don't know exactly when it was made, but it's an old rascal.
Ma'am, what's your name and where you located? Okay, I heard Missouri. I didn't get the first part. Oh, okay, Branson, Missouri. Well, you sound good here. This is KD5IBU, Leon in Beaumont, Texas. 33 miles west of the Louisiana state line, 80 miles east of Houston. And you sound good. So, anyway, back to you, Rusty.
Okay, Leon. Yeah, you're making it from Missouri. You're not real loud, but you're making it.
Oh,
Man,
she's
has
strong
been better.
here.
I think it's going that away. All right, let's take you checking in there, Don. Yeah, who else for the Boat Anchors Unlimited? Come now.
KE0YMZ.
KE0YMZ. Go ahead.
Thank you. That's KE0YMZ /AG. My second call. Yesterday I made a call on 40 meters to check into the mid-cars net. So I have the privilege of checking into the Boat Anchors net, and this is the first time on 80 meters, so 75 meters. So really appreciate you guys picking me up. The name is David. I'm in Springfield, Missouri. I'm running Kenwood TS520. Seems like there's a lot of them on the air tonight. With a coax-fed flat-top dipole at 30 feet. So back to the net from KE0YMZ /AG.
Congratulations on your upgrade.
Yeah, congratulations on the upgrade there, and you do qualify. The 520, it qualifies for Boat Anchor, but it does have 3 tubes in it. Thank you for checking in there. All right. Who else for the Boat Anchors Unlimited? Come now. One more call. Who else for the Boat Anchors Unlimited? Come now. Whiskey Alpha Zero Papa Mike Foxtrot. Go ahead.
Yeah, this is Russ, Roger United Sierra Sierra, United People, South Dakota. SP100 barefoot into a Husker 5B CD vertical. Over.
Roger. Well, Yazoo sounds good from the Dakotas up there, and my middle name is Russell, so we almost got the same name. Appreciate you checking in there, and we'll report you again. All right, we got to the Boat Anchors Unlimited. Come now. All right, I think I've reached the end of my string there. K5LYN, WK5R. Go ahead, Lynn.
I think I'm going to be the relay. KE0YN. David, are you still there? This is K5LYN.
K5LYN, I believe it was. This is KE0YNZ/AJ.
Okay, David. Hey, you have a nice thing like an awesome picture. We're glad to make you a friend. Tell Rusty, I think it's time to shut it down because none of us can hear each other anymore. So thank you for coming by, and I'm ready to shut this down. You relay that to Rusty, okay?
I got it. I hear you, Lynn.
Okay, he heard you. All right. Maybe you party up and we're here every Wednesday, so come out when you can, David, over.
Congratulations
Thank you very much.
on your
You gentlemen
upgrade.
have a great net and or a great night, and I've listened to the net time and time again. First time checking in though, so appreciate the warm welcome. Y'all have a great night from KE0YMZ/AJ.
Okay, Rusty, you heard the next line is down. You're in trouble. Maybe that's tonight. WK5R,
K5LYN, WK5R. All right, Lynn, appreciate it. All right, well, this is it. Thank everybody for checking in. Because Lynn, Jay, and myself, we know what it takes to keep all these old rigs on the air there. So we'll look for you next week at around this same time. This is WK5R, now closing this session of the Boat Anchors Unlimited net and returning the frequency to normal amateur abuse. WK5R.
Thank you, everybody. We appreciate it. See you later. KM5QS76.
K5LYN, Whiskey Delta 5, Alpha Charlie Golf.
Yeah, I can still hear Alpha Charlie Golf down here now. It's just a little static, just barely.
Well, y'all are still coming in pretty good here in the South Fork. I wanted to talk to Lynn if he's still got a pretty good copy on me.
Yeah, I'll copy him. Go ahead.
Yeah, Lynn, does Frank Witt ever pass by here?
Say that again?
Frank Witt. I think his call is Alpha Hotel 1, something like that. He's up in, I believe he's up in New Jersey, but I know he kind of stays somewhere in this neighborhood.
Well, I never should have opened my mouth. I guess the band is changing on it. You can still hear me, Dennis, so maybe next time. KM5QS.
Okay. All right, gotcha. All right. Well, I'll try to catch you next Wednesday, and maybe I'll have something else. I've got the antenna I've been playing with is the coax resonator. And I've been wanting to talk to Frank Witt, and I've heard there's a way to do a 3-2 with one of these. But I don't see enough in the math on how to do it. So that was the question. Anyway, if you can